Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, what's your name?
Jennifer?
Okay, hi Jennifer. What are you here to see me for today?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure, but I've been really sad. And I had lunch with my mom the other day, and I invited her, and then it was like all I could do to get dressed and go meet her. And I mean, I cried all the way there because she's got her own problems and she doesn't need mine. So I thought, I might find someone to talk to.
Okay, so you're feeling really sad?
Yeah.
Okay, how long has this been going on?
6 or 7 months. I mean, it's off and on through my lifetime, but it's been really predominant the last 6 or 7 months.
Okay. Um, so do you have has it been consistent the past few months? Is it every day or is it just once a week?
Yeah, it's pretty consistent.
Okay.
And I just don't, I mean, I don't want to burden like my family with what's going on. And
Mhm. Can you tell me a little bit about how you feel?
really just like crying all the time. I just feel really sad.
Okay. You said you don't want to burden your family. Can you tell me a little bit about your family? Are you married?
I am. I'm married to Mark, but my mom thinks that's part of the problem. Because he is wonderful most of the time, but
Mm-hmm.
when he starts drinking, he just has a dark, evil side.
Oh, okay. What does he do when he starts drinking?
Just belittles me and yells and screams, and one time he even hit me. Um,
Mm.
but I mean, most of the time he's good, but when I'm in these depressed moods, he drinks more, and then he drinks so much that then he gets even meaner, or he gets mean.
Okay. I mean, was has he always been an alcoholic, or
I mean, I wouldn't say he's an
okay,
alcoholic, but just when he drinks, he's mean.
okay. Um, has he abused you before? You said he recently acted out, but
Usually he's just yelling and screaming and telling me to get over it and get up and go to work, or that kind of stuff. But and only after he's drank,
after
because he
he's.
was so upset that I haven't done anything.
Mhm. Do you have any children?
Um, no.
Okay. Okay, so it's just you and your husband.
Mm.
All right. So do you have a job?
um, Not currently.
Okay. And that causes some frustration also with your husband. He
Yeah.
doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, do you notice that there are certain things that make you feel worse or feel better with your sadness?
Um, I mean, it just kind of comes and goes, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't know that there's a anything that triggers it.
Mm-hmm. Do you have problems getting out of bed and
Yeah, I
performing
do.
activities? Just
Yeah, like the things that a wife is supposed to do.
mm-hmm.
I don't want to wash the clothes or clean the house, or
So no
you know,
motivation to do
yeah.
any of that. Okay. Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have a brother.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. How'd that go?
My brother is 2 years older than me, and
Mm-hmm.
we're okay. We're close. My biological father passed away when I was two, and so I was raised by a stepfather. He was very much a part of our life, and my mother is Filipino,
Okay.
and so I don't look like her,
Mm-hmm.
and so I have actually related more with my stepfather growing up.
Okay.
And we had a good childhood. When we hit teenagers, he really got hard on my brother Jeremy, like demanding, expecting him to walk the line, and his personality changed. He quit coming home as much, and then my mom ended up divorcing him. But I mean, he raised me. I can still consider him my father.
Okay. And you had a really good relationship with him.
Hmm.
What about the relationship with your mom? How was that?
Um, I look more like my Caucasian dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, like my mom's family didn't treat me the same. My brother looked more like the Filipino side.
Mm-hmm.
And they were so strict that, like, when my mom married my stepdad, like, he wasn't even allowed to the family reunions and that kind of stuff
Oh wow.
because
Okay.
he was, pale skinned and not Filipino.
Okay. So you've always had a little bit of you've experienced complications of fitting into your own family.
Yeah.
That kind of set you aside.
Yeah.
That had to be hard.
Yes.
Yeah. You mentioned that you don't want to burden your mom with your sadness now, because she has her own problems. Can you tell me a little bit about those?
Yeah. I mean, when my dad died, they sent me and my brother to stay with my grandparents for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Because she couldn't function. I mean, she went to bed and couldn't get out of the bed and was extremely depressed.
Okay.
And then when she married my stepfather, she went through phases of severe alcoholism.
Oh wow.
So again, we related to our stepfather. He made the rules. He towed the line because mom was always just kind of there. Now that we're adult, or now that I'm an adult, my brother, mom, she knows like what's going on, but I don't like to burden her with my sadness because she always seems so sad.
Okay. So she's still an alcoholic?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay, that's good. All right. So, did you have any friends growing up? Can you tell me about the history there?
I did. I was pretty popular in school, and then once I started to develop and stuff, like I started getting notes and stuff from boys.
Okay.
But Mark, my is the only person that I've ever been with.
Okay. All right. So, how long have you been married?
We've been married since right after high school, and I dated him at the end of high school.
Okay. All right. Does do your parents like him? Do they get along?
Mom says that I should leave him because she knows that he has that dark side.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, for the most part, he's allowed, at the family get-togethers and
Things
that
like
kind of
that.
stuff.
Okay. So do you have a medical history? Are you taking any medications for? Have you seen anyone for your depression?
No, I haven't.
Have you? So you're not on any kind of medications or
No.
anything like that. Okay. Substance abuse?
No.
Nothing like that.
Mm.
Okay. And you never dabbed in alcoholism or in alcohol?
I mean, we drink socially with
Mhm.
our friends, like one round with dinner or something once a month, maybe,
Okay.
if I can even get out of the bed and go to meet those people.
Okay. So what do you like to do for fun?
Well, I like to read.
You like to read? Okay. Does it provide you an oasis, kind of get your mind out of things?
Yeah, you get lost in a novel and maybe want to be those people, and kind of takes the sadness away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You mentioned that your sadness. Did you say it started around 7 years ago? For the past 7 years,
Mhm.
you've been. What happened around that 7 year mark? Do you know of anything traumatic that could have sprung you into this?
Not that I can think back on. I mean, I graduated from high school, and so friends go off to college or whatever, and I got married instead. But I mean, I can't nail anything down that would cause the sadness.
Okay, so you've been depressed for most of your marriage.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what I think is going on here is that you sound to me like you're depressed. Your lack of motivation and desire to participate in, perform daily activities and routines. It's causing you significant impairment in your social life. You don't have a job. Your marriage is suffering because of it. It's causing your husband to get angry at you, which I think that it would be beneficial for him to possibly, if you could bring him to an appointment, because I would really love to work with you both. I think it would help you better understand your feelings, and also for him to understand where you're coming from, and to realize that it's not just you trying to be, stubborn and not want to go out and do things, but that you actually, you're suffering from depression. What I'd like to do is meet with you I would start it for the next probably 3 to 6 months. Go ahead and schedule our appointments out and meet once a week. I would like to set some really healthy goals for you. Find out what makes you particularly sad. Maybe if you're having particularly worse days than, and then what happens whenever you're feeling not so down. To kind kind of analyze the fluctuations in your depression. So does that sound good? Is that something you're willing to do?
That does sound good.
Okay.
And I'll ask him if he'll come. He's really busy, but I'll
Okay.
ask him.
Okay. Well, thanks. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming.